It's That Little Gay Talk Show, Houston's hot mess of a podcast. A funny but thoughtful look at the LGBTQIA plus community.
Welcome to another exciting episode of That Little Gay Talk Show. I'm Joel Tatum.
I'm Wendy Taylor.
And I'm sorry, if you notice a little bit, I got my mug here full of hot tea because I am under the weather.
Oh, I was ready for you to give us some tea, but you're really drinking tea.
I'm really drinking tea because I can tell you right now, everything hurts. Everything. You know, I thought I had the flu.
Well, pretty hurts, Joel.
I really feel like the flu. But my doctor said, nope, not the flu. By the way, I look good, don't I?
You do. Your hair looks really good. You got a haircut.
So good.
You got them all cut.
Mm-hmm. You know,
I'm the resident dad joke.
Now, if you're watching the video, we are joined by a very special guest, local artist and activist, Ladybird.
Yes, Ladybird.
Going to be joining us. We're going to be talking with her in just a few minutes. But I thought we'd start off the segment with a little bit of quick crunch.
Quick crunch.
Quick 5 minute crunch time.
All right, let's go.
You know,
crunch me in, coach.
You know what's amazing enough? You know, the funny thing is, amazingly enough, before I even got here, before I sat down in this chair, I said, you know what? Let me take a look at Facebook real quick because you know it's popping up on my phone. It's been popping up on my phone all night. There is a fight going on in the comment section.
Oh, between who?
Right now, there is a lady who went off on a couple of guys who were leaving their Christian stuff on. And she was like, I'm going to guess that she listened to the episode because she let one of them have it. So which one is satanic? Fashion or mental health? Because I really want to know. And I'm like, whoa.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Wait, they said we were satanic?
What?
Don't you have to believe in Satan to be satanic?
Last time I checked, I mean,
we don't believe in your. Sorry, I will speak for myself. I don't believe in your magic sky daddy or his evil nemesis.
No, same.
I'm having a hard time trying to tell the difference between which one is the evil nemesis and which one is the good guy.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I have a book that's I forget who it's written by, and I feel terrible because it is such a good book. It's written by an atheist, of course, and it says God, literature's worst villain.
Bro, literally.
Yeah.
My favorite Twitter that I follow is called Satan. And dear God, the posts on it are so funny.
He's hilarious.
Content.
Yeah, when I was on X,
funniest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You guys are not, making your case for heaven very appealing. Because it's going to be full of people like you that are horrible and mean and unaccepting and judgy. So actually, I have a really great joke that I used to tell when I used to go to church. That it was like, dude walks up to the pearly gates and St. Peter says, "Hey, well, come on in. Welcome. Let me show you around." And he starts showing him around heaven and everything's really nice. Streets of gold. Very, very pretty. And he's like, "Oh, cool. Hey, what's behind that curtain?" And you can literally insert any name here from any subsect of Christianity or any religion at all, ever. And it says, "Oh, that's the Pentecostals. They think they're the only ones here." Yeah. So, but it could be Baptist, Catholics. It doesn't matter. Everybody thinks there's the only way.
Exactly. And I'm gonna throw a shout out here on Facebook to Aaron York and Kimberly Geary. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name right.
I know.
And I know that you listened to the episode because you had a fight with somebody on Facebook about it. So if you're listening to the next episode, girl, let me know on Facebook.
Thank you.
Because we might have a conversation with you. Just let us know on Facebook.
Thank you.
You too, Aaron. Thank you all for sticking up for us.
Yeah.
In the comment section there, because y'all really, I was shocked. Shocked. I'm like, they are fighting in our section.
You know what though? That just means that. So if you've got haters, you've made it. We've made it, Joel. We have haters.
Not only do we have haters, but we have people defending us in the hater section,
which is even better. Mm-hmm. But let me just say to everyone who has been shown this on Facebook, we do targeted ads to the gay community. So if you are seeing this,
surprise,
you comment on a lot of gay shit.
You sure do.
Because the algorithm seems to think you as gay. Mm-hmm. So if you don't want to see more things like our show, maybe keep your comments to yourself, asshole.
Yeah, that's right. Fight with the algorithm, not with us.
Thank you. All right.
So we're ready to.
This is fun.
We're ready to sit
cool.
down.
I love drama. Next time, maybe we should bring in like a mud pit or Jello.
Ooh, oh my.
It'd be super fun.
And Wendy, I'm going to hold up the album. Do you want to introduce our guest?
Oh my gosh, yes. I totally.
World?
Oh, yeah.
But I want to hold up the album.
Okay, hold up the album. All right, guys. Without further ado, it is my great pleasure to introduce to you my dear friend and an amazing artist, Ladybird. What's up, Ladybird?
Hi. Oh my God. Hi. I can't start like that.
It's too late now.
I'm having a little bit of a good time in front of the camera. I'm sorry, podcast audience. I have to remember that y'all are there. Yes, so much because y'all are there, but it's all about video, so I'm going to do everything on video.
So Ladybird recently released an album on September 15th. It's got 8 tracks. She's got a few I know. The photo looks familiar, too.
Oh, my God.
I wonder who did that. So the album is actually really cool because the vinyl itself is this beautiful, like, baby blue. I've never seen that before in my life.
That's why I did it. It was very expensive.
Yeah. Be very careful. That's going to go in a frame. Sorry, y'all. I'm being anal. I want to put my signed autographed thing from Ladybird in a frame and hang it in my house and show it off to everybody. But she's got limited edition custom vinyls and also a beautiful lyric book. The lyric book is so cool. So you can go through and on each song has its own picture and has all the lyrics in there for you. It's got some thank yous with help from the album and some other cool stuff. So good for the collections. I love that one with the mirror.
Oh my God, yeah. I envisioned really this for years.
I know, we talked about
all this shit. Yeah, so each song I took a picture of what it felt like writing and how the words, what they mean to me. And so I've never seen something like this before, so I made it because it was in my brain, and then I made it because, I don't know, it makes sense to me.
It's really cool.
Does the lyric book come with the album?
No, it can come in a bundle. It can come all by itself. Because mainly, I know a lot of people own record players. I know some people that bought record players because of my album, to which I'm just what?
I did that.
There's a couple people. I have some people that don't own a fucking record player, and they got one because of me. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, this is literally my diary.
Oh, no, I'm actually afraid for my pocketbook now because I love the record player.
Oh, yeah, no, it's addictive because, I don't just go get the black ones that are just like, X, Y, and Z. Now I go hunt for the fun shit at the thrift stores and the ones that got swirls in it, which is why I did blue, is because, do you buy a record or do you buy the record?
Right. Right.
But, yeah, I made a lyric book for people who didn't have a record player, didn't have that much money because
That means a lot, though, doesn't it?
I care a lot about people of all shapes, size, types. And I mean, there's a lot of us that are just kind of stuck in a position they didn't choose. So I try to make things accessible to more people because the world isn't for me.
I actually want to talk about that because one of the things that you were talking about before when we started this project was why you wrote the album. Do you want to get into that?
Yeah, so I wrote the album. It's fucked. I wrote the album because I was dying, and I was really sad that my music wasn't going to be out forever because I'm not going to procreate. And I don't care about my name. I don't really care about me that much, but I care about how I know I'm not alone. I feel alone, but I know I'm not alone in my feelings. I just know it. So I wanted my music to be out for everybody else, everyone in the back who feels the same way, so that they can understand me. And I mean, that's why a lot of artists write their songs, is because it's a connection. And when the person hears a song, they're like, this song was written for me. And I've experienced that. So for me to do that for other people is really special. And I wanted to feel less alone, and it was my diary pages. It's literally what this is.
How does it feel to have your diary out there for the public?
Fucking terrifying. I feel like I'm standing naked in front of a bunch of people.
Yeah, it's very scary to put your heart on your sleeve like that and have just anybody and everybody be able to say whatever they want without even thinking about it, or if it'll affect you, or if you'll ever even see it or hear it.
Yeah, it could be like a bunch of... It could be like a insert artist name I can't remember situation where all of a sudden you die and then people care.
Yes.
So it's just kind of a, who the fuck knows what's going to happen with mine? So I decided to do everything for me from the beginning, and I'm just glad I lived long enough to do it.
Me too.
Say, hey, I did the thing, and now it's like, okay, cool, now what? So now I'm like, now what?
It genuinely is one of my favorite albums ever that I've ever heard.
I think so too.
And it's really, really good. I just can't get over how first of all, it's very unique, right? You have, I'm trying to remember how it was described in your, but you like to say candy coated razor blades.
Yeah.
Can I describe it from my point of view?
I'm so nosy. I want to know what everyone thinks.
Me listening to a few songs, I didn't get to listen to the whole album, but a few songs. I got a 90s Jewel, Lisa Loeb.
No.
Kind of that kind of thing going on. Very eclectic. Funny, but dark at the same time.
Dark.
That's literally
funny.
me.
It's hilarious, but at the same time, it's pretty dark.
Yeah.
And
very melancholy.
Your song Allergies, which is, to me, I'm sitting here listening to a song while I'm suffering.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she turns my basic suffering into a cute little love song. I either hate her or love her.
It's exactly it, you know. Yeah.
By the way, it's become one of my favorite songs. I don't know what
That's my favorite. Everyone messages me and is like, the sneeze. And I'm just like, I recorded that so many times. It's really weird.
Oh my gosh. The amount of takes. Do you know what? You know what I didn't find when I went back through the sessions?
The bloopers?
The bloopers.
I have all of them.
You do? Will you please send them to me?
Yeah. Okay. I need to make a really long one, and you know, I've done videos for everything. What video would I accompany with that?
I don't know. But I feel like I need to have that in my vault. Because so I recorded Ladybird's album in my studio, and we have so many outtakes on every single track. There is a hidden track on the song that's muted of all of the mistakes and laughing that we went through recording each of those songs. It was so much fun. And now I can't listen to the songs without seeing and remembering the silly things we said or did or whatever while we were recording. And it just, thank you so much for giving me that gift to do this with you. Because what great memories. What great memories. And I get to relive it every time I listen.
Me too. I just think about how lucky I am with... So I'm very unlucky with my situation.
Yes.
Like, everything bad that can happen to someone has happened to me. Wait, I haven't been shot yet. Wow, that's exciting. Please don't do that. Anyway.
Please don't. I'll be so mad at you if you do that.
But anyway, everything bad that can happen to someone has happened to me. So...
She leaves this episode. We get home. Oh, Ladybird just got shot.
Well, then I'd be like, I'm just... I would laugh, unfortunately.
Was this?
Yes, you would.
I would laugh.
You would. And she'd call me, and I'd be like, you are kidding.
And I'd be like, I'm just...
It happened, and I'm like,
collecting it all.
Of course it did.
And if she called me, I'd be like, well, she said it was going to happen, so I figured something was planned or something.
Knock on something to make it not happen. It didn't work for me every time I've knocked on things. It doesn't really work, you know. I got some talent with collecting bad things. But, you know, I got a Wendy, and without her and a couple other people who helped on this album, it would not be nearly as radio ready, I guess would be the word. It would be a lot more singer-songwriting than it is like later. I write words for lyrics.
I'm English all the time.
I can't speak it all right now. It's funny.
I mean, let's be honest here. When you listen to the album, the first thing I thought, she's a singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can tell a singer from a singer-songwriter just by listening to their music.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
So
and I think she's walking art.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Everything
Thanks.
about you is art. The way you speak, the way you sing, your personality, even like it's just art. You're just walking art down to your blue hair.
Yeah, I've just realized, I want to be a goth princess when I grow up. So what the fuck is stopping me? So that's why I be doing it. There's no reason not to. If you want to be X, Y, and Z when you grow up, why fucking not? I want to be an anime character. I want to be an anime e-girl. Why not? Boom. Ta-da! I can do that. I got eyeliner. You can just go do the things. If you want to be a lady, go buy some tits. If you want to, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Oh, yeah.
World is short.
It is. The world is short. So is life. So I love you, Ladybird, so much. We have so much fun. We just always have so much fun. Okay, so let's talk about your album a little bit. What's your favorite song on the album today?
See, I'm glad you said today because I'm like, that's a fucking loaded question.
I know, it changes for me daily.
Let's see, I have 8 tracks. Also, I've listened to these songs like a bazillion fucking times to where I actually memorize the lyrics, which, by the way, I'm very bad at memorizing lyrics because I have short-term memory loss and everything just is mushy in my brain. Mm-hmm. I don't know. And with the illness, what the fuck's happening in there? I don't know. But you would think I'd be sick of these songs, but every single time I listen to them, I'm just like, wow, this is so weird and I love it. But I think today my favorite song is She's Gone because it's the weirdest one. And I remember every single stage of that song writing it.
She's Gone is among my top 3 every day.
Yeah, and the music video is super fucking weird too.
Yeah, I like it.
I love it.
Yeah, I like it. I think today's my favorite is actually Scarred Lips.
No. Yeah. That one you didn't even touch.
I know, I didn't even have anything to do with
that. That one is like the first song I finished.
I like that song. You did great. You did so well on that song.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the process of She's Gone, because it sounds very interesting. I want to hear.
Yeah, so I'm nosy. I ask everybody a little bit about like their songwriting process because it's so fucking different for everyone. When I first decided to start writing, I just said, I want to learn how to write music. And then I was like, I'm going to go ask people how they do it. And then I was like, can you teach me? And everyone's like, bitch, I don't fucking know. Just do it. And I'm like, that's not helpful. So I Googled it and it said the same damn thing. And I watched a YouTube video and they just did it. And I was like, okay, whatever. So for each song, it was kind of written differently. Like some of my friends wrote poems and I was like, can I have it? And then I adapted it. Some of them were just a song title that I then wrote. And then for specifically She's Gone, I was like, I want to write a poem. So I wrote a poem with a rhyming scheme, and it didn't really necessarily have a plot, but it does have a plot. It's about, I had an image in my head, and then I didn't want it to rhyme, and then that's what it is. So like, I don't really like writing about specific people or events because I have a hard time losing things because I've lost so much in my life. So it makes me think if I write this love song, they're going to leave me, but they'll leave you anyway. Mm-hmm. So why not write the song?
So make your money, honey. Ask Adele.
Yeah, and Taylor Swift.
And T Swiftie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I just had an idea of someone sitting like at a school and everything's just going and people are just walking by and ignoring you because I feel like furniture a lot due to my disability, but also my whole life I felt invisible because I'm fucking weird. I'm fucking blunt. You either love me or like me. And I mean, I'm not even a loud person. I'm a really shy, anxious person, but I just wrote this song about that and feeling invisible. And it's about breathing through a pinhole invisible and how surreal and it's just weird being alive and a live person.
My favorite thing about that song is that you have the heart monitor going throughout.
Oh, that's a different one. That one's It's Okay Not to Be.
Yeah, It's Okay Not to Be. Sorry. Yes, you're right. That's that one. It's Okay Not to Be. Holy cannoli. That song does things to my heart.
Really?
Yeah. But just right out the gate, I survived COVID. I almost died. How do you turn that into a song and make it that beautiful?
I just wrote what I was feeling. I wrote that on day 140. I was counting days when I first got sick. I got sick June 15th of 2020, and I have a permanent couple disabilities from it. And on day 140 was when I realized I am never getting better. The doctors don't know what's wrong with me. I'm too young for this. I don't know what to do. All I read is sad shit. I'm going to write my version of hope. So I wrote that song because it's about how it's okay not to be okay, and I accept my fate. I accept what's happened to me. I accept I'm absolutely fucked, but I'm just gonna get out of bed and do shit anyway. So that's what the song is.
Just
fuck it.
Live.
I'm lucky to be alive. Like, if anyone was in my body, here's the dark thing, they would have killed themselves from the sheer pain I feel every single moment of every day. And all the shit I've, like, even if you just pretend I'm not sick and you look at what's happened to me in the past 6 months, it's pretty fucking horrible.
Yeah, just on your mental health is a lot to process. So let's talk about some of the challenges you've had getting this album done.
I've had so many challenges. So first, I didn't know if I was going to live, because I wrote half of the songs. And then, I got the diagnosis. I'm diagnosed with fibromyalgia, celiac disease, GERD, long hauler syndrome, and I had no symptoms before COVID. I'm part of a lot of medical documentation. Woohoo! I'm patient number la da 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 da. But what was the question? I already forgot.
What were some of the difficulties that you encountered making the album?
I was going through losing my body, so I was having to mourn losing everything, my mobility, my career. I slowly lost more. I slowly lost all of my money. I had saved every single tax return for 3 years for this album, and slowly from my medical debt, I was losing it. I was choosing, do I go to the doctor or do I save for my album? So I was having to make these choices. And then, without Wendy's generosity of just being there for me, I don't know if I could have done this. Like, I decided to just buy a microphone and I recorded from home, and that's what I did. I taught myself everything, and every single spare cent I had, I put into this album. And now that it's done, I have nothing. So I genuinely have nothing anymore because I've spent all of it on this album and my health.
Let me just real quick, and I appreciate you saying that. That's very kind. But you absolutely would have found a way to do this.
I mean, I did. I literally went on Amazon, bought a $30 microphone. I fucking did it.
And you absolutely would have gotten there anyway on your own. You would have. In your own time, I have no doubt. You're one of the most determined humans I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, it can be kind of annoying to me because I get in my own way. I have perfectionism issues.
Oh, yes. I've noticed.
Yeah, it's a little toxic. I drive me crazy, Shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. When it comes to writing, when it comes to your music, lyrics before music?
Yes, actually, I'm typically a lyrics before music kind of person, but I have wrote in reverse due to the sheer, I'm going to challenge myself to do this thing, but also I do ghostwriting for people. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the times I'm just handed a song, 1, 2, 3, go. And a lot of the times people have no idea what the fuck they want, and you just have to interpret and guess.
Correct.
And it's really interesting.
I'm going to use one of your songs as an example. Let's use Breathless as an example. When you were writing the song, how did you think about the music for that song? How do you think about music for any of your songs?
I just starting with the lyrics or the other way, the instrumentalization.
If you're doing lyrics first, like I said with Breathless, if you're doing lyrics first, how does the music pop into you? How do you know which sounds you want to incorporate into your music?
Yeah, so
I'm a novice, guys. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. No, you're asking. This is a legitimate question. There are no dumb questions. I'm just saying, always. But yeah, so let's say I have Dreamless and the song, and it has a vibe with the Dreamless. It was kind of written as happy sound, sad words. That's the idea I had, because I was like, shit, I need more happy songs. This is all very depressing. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to write an ironic song. So then I was like, okay, what is it like to write a pop song? And then I just picked 3 chords I knew that were very generic, and then I made it fucking weird. So it's all just kind of, what vibe do I want to go for? Because when you write a song, there's so many choices you could do. And luckily, because I'm smart enough and retentive enough, I can sit there and logically, I'm too logical sometimes, and look at the lyrics and be like, okay, which direction do I want to go? Do I want to go with literal translation? Do I want to go with feeling? Do I want to go with what I'm feeling like right now? Is there an image in my head that I want to try and express through the color of the sound? And so I just pick a direction, I pick a lane, and I go in that lane, and sometimes I kind of swerve around to see what happens.
Mm-hmm. And are there moments where you're writing lyrics and then suddenly, oh wait, there is a note or something that happens when you're writing? Does that happen sometimes?
Yeah.
Where you're doing one and then suddenly, oh my God, I think I have the music.
Yeah, it took time to develop that skill just because I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I'm a very fake it till you make it kind of person.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have no training. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Okay, I was a percussionist in high school. Wow. So I can, piano and write. I go fully off of vibes.
Mm-hmm.
But after doing things for so long and writing for other people and writing for myself, I've learned that skill. It's just in my brain now. So sometimes I'm in the shower and I find it and I'm like, oh, let me grab my phone and, sing it.
So what I want to know, what's next for Ladybird in the music realm?
Oh, easy. So I'm doing, so now that I've done my thing, now I'm like, okay, I want to do collabs because I've been too pussy to. So now I'm like, okay, I want to collaborate with other people so I can be inspired, learn more about other people's songwriting process, borrow other people's capabilities so they can borrow my own. So Wendy Taylor is one of the people I'm going to collab with first because I can't help myself.
Yeah. I desperately am looking forward to whatever your next project is going to be. You could sing about cats for an hour.
I want to sing about cats for an hour. I'm not even kidding.
Oh my God. Do a cat album. That'd be hilarious. You know that Katie Lang did an entire one about smoke.
Wait,
every
smoke
single
or
song
literal
has
smoke?
Something to do with cigarette smoking.
That's the artsy shit I love doing.
Yes.
That's literally
the album is called Smoke.
I love that.
And I just thought that was brilliant. Take a cue from Katie Lang and go do a cat album. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I feel like the audience, I am learning so much about music right now and how people collab in the studio.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating. It is so fascinating.
Yeah. Well, I will go on record right now and say on record and say that I will do your next album again.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. Yeah. And because I enjoyed this process so much with the specific people, I'm like, I have to have the same team. Mm-hmm. I'm not sorry. Like, I have to. I love like Wendy helped me record. She helped me. We bounced back and forth with both of our brains together. And now I'm stronger. Now, we can put that together. And then my producer had certain things to add that. Ooh, so good.
Yeah. Oh, it takes a village to make a project come to fruition, but it really does start with the genius.
Oh, right? Shit, that's me.
That's you. None of this album would have happened had you not had the genius to write it. So
sad.
So, what are we doing as far as promotion of the album? Are we playing venues? Are we going to be hitting the road? What do we do? Because I'm excited. I'm excited to hear what the prospects are for this album.
It's all just venues and social media because I also am a Twitch streamer. So that's where a lot of my clients, my community, all my peeps are at. They're online. I live online because my body don't work so good. So, I got to adapt.
What's your Twitch handle?
My Twitch handle's Ladybird_Uke. I stream music and games. Music at the first half of the week, games in the second half of the week.
Okay. I'm going to make sure I put that in my...
UKE, because she plays the ukulele.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cute.
A little Barbie guitar.
Why the ukulele?
Because it just makes sense. Okay, this is stupid, but I've picked up guitars and it just doesn't feel right. It's just so fucking big and it just doesn't feel right. And then I picked up ukulele and it just felt right. And then I got a bigger one so that it sounded less annoying. So I play on a baritone ukulele, which you can't see them in a store. I special ordered this bitch.
That's so fun. It's so fun. I haven't heard anybody that actually get popular with the ukulele since Tiny Tim, though. So, I mean, that really...
There's so many people. Cave Town, Saucy Susie, fucking that one bitch that did the apology video. I should not reference her.
That's hilarious. That's really funny.
Never shall never.
So, okay, well, we're gonna change subjects then, because she's getting a little. I'm just kidding. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk to you about before we get into the real meat of the show was your album release party. was so much fun. It was so cool. I remember, I want to hear what your favorite part was and all about how you felt about it, but I want to tell you, I literally almost cried. Because 5 times, but the specific moment I was sitting back on the couch and I was looking back at you, watching you sit at the merch table surrounded by fans getting autographs and all of this other stuff. Cool. And I was like, that's where she belongs.
Oh my God. It's just all of that's so fucking surreal, honestly. Yeah. It's so weird. I'm not... Okay, so the reason I do music isn't for that. No. I do it as a connection, but also I like it, and I really would like to be able to pay to stay alive with it. That would be really cool. I'm the definition starving artist. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
starving harvest, girl, you are crawling through the desert. I mean, good Lord, girl.
Yes.
In this economy.
That's what I'm fucking saying. I got so many obstacles more than everybody else.
Starving and homeless artists right now. I'm barely holding on the hope.
I'm barely. If it wasn't for my grandmother, I would be living in my car. I'm not even joking. Yeah. I've had so much bad shit happen this year. It's been really bad.
All right, Ladybird, we're about to get into the meat of it, but real quick, we're going to take a short break.
But before we take a short break, because we need one little thing before we end this interview and before we start the next part of the show. It's Wendy's time for a devotional.
Good. Oh God.
You're going to be so uncomfortable because
I'm bad at accepting compliments. I'm legitimately...
We're just going to call this segment Wendy's devotional.
I like adulation better.
Wendy's devotion.
Ew, that sounds so sexual. Adulation.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, fine. It's dirty. Never mind. You've ruined it. It's just as bad as talk about it now.
Ladybird.
I'm done naming things.
Ladybird, you're sitting right now in a chair of comfort. A chair of love.
Is this like a yoga meditation? Because I feel... Breathe in deeply.
Okay. I'm going to need you to shut up, Ladybird, for just...
Shut up!
I'm trying to help you here, dear.
Yeah, you're right.
So that we can make you feel good. That's hilarious. Okay, all right.
So are we ready, Wendy?
I'm ready.
You ready?
Warming up.
You ready to hit her?
A couple of shoulder rolls.
Okay, and Ladybird, I'm just going to need you to sit there and take it. That's it.
Yes.
Just sit there and take it.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Here we go.
Ladybird, you are absolutely one of the brightest stars I have ever had the pleasure of coming across in my life. You ever meet one of those people that you just feel lucky to have even been in the room with for a minute, let alone get to call them your friend and see them over and over and over again? Also, you might think I'm trying to do this next album with you because I might get something out of it. And you're right. I get to listen to you sing for hours, and it is just the most pleasant sound on the ears you could ever possibly imagine. And also, working with you is just the coolest, most fun thing you could ever experience. I think we laughed more than we ever got anything accomplished.
What? No.
We laughed so much. It was so much fun. You're so funny. 1 minute, one more minute. Okay. Oh, I don't know if I can only do a minute. Okay. Okay, so, also, okay, you're my friend. I love you to pieces, but at your event, you looked so smoking fucking hot. Holy shit, you guys. When her outfit that she performed in, I was like, okay, Beyonce, what the fuck? I was like, she totally transformed into this otherworldly creature that I was like, okay, I'm going to need you to stay 5 feet away because I'm confused. Jeremy, my boyfriend, he was like, I was like, I know. So you're beautiful, you're talented, you're sweet, you're kind, you're loving, you're amazing. You are absolutely a star in this world. And I'm so lucky to know you.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was Wendy's Devotion and Adulation. Brought to you by that little gay talk show.
Adulation.
Ladybird. You feel good about yourself because that's what we do on a little gay talk show to make you feel so good. I sung. That's it. Let's go to commercial.
That was cute. Yes.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back. And we are back. And at this point in the show, we're just going to really just sit around and chit chat. And we're going to. We haven't figured out what to call this segment, though.
Yes, queen.
Yeah, because we have discussed that Taco About It is not acceptable.
Wait, we should each put one in. Mine's Gossip Dusty Girls. Yours is Talk About It. What's yours then?
I don't really have one. I was just going to go with Crunch Time with something around it. But I did that for the first half of the show. But I have no idea what to call this.
You want to go with Crunch Time, but you're going to make fun of Taco About It?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
But that was the point of me calling the first half Crunch Time. Was to make fun of it. I thought you would get that.
Wait, and then you would be a crunch wrap because you're taco and you're crunch.
Yeah, exactly. That was the whole point.
The final segment will be chalupa. Or
I guarantee you, if somebody went on Facebook right now, they would say, "Yeah, I got it in the first 5 minutes he said it."
You know what? All right, guys. Actually, you know what? I want to put it to our listeners. Our listeners, when we get to the topic section, what should we name the topic section? I want y'all to tell us what we should name this section of the show, where we just sit around and talk about what is going on in the world.
And we talk about it with our special guest. So our special guests get to throw in their 2 cents. Yeah. We get to talk about the things that they're passionate about, too. So
maybe we should call it 2 cents.
No, 3 cents.
3 cents. 3 cents.
That's not bad.
Quarter cent.
Let me give you my 3 cents.
So
yeah, let me give you my 3 cents.
You can't get shit with no 3 cent now.
You know what? That's not half bad.
Give you my $1.50.
That's a little bit more. That's a little bit. You can get a chocolate bar.
Chocolate bar.
I can't do the accent, but I can say that word. I can say chocolate bar and dwarf. That's it.
Dwarf.
Where are you getting a chocolate bar for $1.50? The machine downstairs is $2.
Ooh,
you on the wrong place.
I'm hungry.
Walgreens. I don't know, same.
I'm so hungry.
I'm hungry too.
I want some strawberry shortcake granola.
Wow. Yum.
Yeah, it's so good. And it's all clean. It's like non-GMO, no gluten, it's a snack you can actually eat at my house. But it never lasts. So when you come over, I'll have eaten it all. You can't have any. It's my favorite snack. I bought 2 gigantic bags and it was gone in a week.
I'm into apple chips right now.
Oh.
That's so fucking good.
Oh, I love apple chips. The Granny Smith apple chips are so good.
I can't find those.
I can't either. They stopped selling the green ones. What is up with that? Bring it back.
Sweetie, there might be a shortage. Every time I turn around, there's a shortage of something. There might be a shortage.
True. That's true.
Somebody's apple vineyard didn't get enough rain or something, or it was too much rain or something happened. So we might not, I'm guessing it's probably a shortage.
Well, Ladybird, since you're our guest, what would you like to talk about today?
You know, I'm real angry because I tried to get my COVID booster, and if you got no insurance, by the way, the medical system's fucked. I am delinquently poor and I have no insurance or anything because the health marketplace is a lie, and you can only get help if you have a job. If you don't, because they take it from your taxes in advance, by the way, so it's not free money. It's not free healthcare. They take it later. But anyway, so I don't qualify for shit. It was $150 to get the shot because all the signs say free. Then there's an asterisk. So I'm getting it through the county now. So ask a county. Maybe you can get your free shots there. I'm just saying this that anyone who is in my situation can go get vaccinated safely.
You had brought up an interesting topic earlier when we were just before we started recording about what it's like being somebody who's disabled in this day and age and how hard that is. Do you want to talk about your experience with that a little bit?
And maybe being disabled under the rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just a walking hate crime, you know? Like, I'm, you know, at this point, there's so many things I've learned and been put into perspective about suffering and being part of a marginalized community. After I got disabled, I realized I was like, oh fuck, I hate this so much. So first of all, okay, let me tell you about my day today. So this is every single day. I have to wake up knowing that this is going to be the day for me. I needed to go to the post office. If I had never been there before, okay, first of all, I have to locate a place to park because I use a walker. This post office does not have a handicap spot. It's on-street parking.
How's that legal?
Because they have a ramp. That's close enough.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's very unregulated. Or the sidewalk is like an inch or two too short, so it's not legal ever. Anyway, so the way that I live in Galveston, so the way that they get away with it is it's a historical building. So I can name you every single store I can't go to. But so I went to the post office today, so I had to park far because there's no spot. I have to know where the ramp is. I have to know where the door is. And I hope there's no big steps to the ramp because all the time there are big steps. And I'm just like, fuck me, whatever. So then, I got it because I've done it before. But it's every single time I want to go to a new place, are there stairs? Is there accessibility? There's a bookstore in Galveston I wanted to go to really bad. I went. It's too narrow everywhere. There's 3 steps up. There's no elevator. And then I get there and I'm like, cool, I'm going to look at the records. It's on the 2nd floor. Do you have an elevator? No.
Oh.
And that's everywhere I go. So I have a hard time dating, finding new places to go. Don't even get me started on places to eat. But this is just the normal condition that not just me, but every disabled person and anyone who could become disabled. Because here's something people don't realize. You can die any day. You can get in a car accident and lose your legs. Any single person could all of a sudden be in my shoes. And the reason I'm so angry and I care so much about advocating for myself is it could happen to anyone at any point in time, and everyone will have to go through this. Yes. Everyone waits 5 to 10 years for disability. I have no income assistance from the government. Every single doctor visit, I pay out of pocket, and guess what I have to do? See the doctor because I'm chronically ill for every day for the rest of my life.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't have very much to look forward to in that. So it's hard to choose to wake up every day and do stuff anyway.
Yeah. It's really, really difficult to get help anymore. Even when you qualify,
Do we get any mental health to deal with?
Oh, no.
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 Any and all? I mean, because this is a
no,
lot.
she's literally paying out of pocket for everything.
Actually, for mental health, okay, so once upon a time, there are certain places that are charity-based. So I qualify for my mental health. I see a therapist due to this thing called the VOCA program. So victims of assault. So I've been sexually assaulted when I was a child and throughout my life. So therefore, I qualify for free counseling due to that. And I was doing that before I got sick. And if I hadn't of, I don't think I'd be here today.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Especially during and all the times where I would go places and it wouldn't be accessible. And I'm just learning more and more of how isolating and unwanted and unrepresented. Like, I saw the Barbie movie this week. It was fucking awesome. There was someone in a wheelchair once and I was like, that's huge.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, are they in a leading role?
No.
Never. So, like, there's so many things that I will never be able to do. Have you ever seen a touring musician in a wheelchair? Mm-hmm. How do I get on stages when there are no ramps on stages?
Right.
I've performed all over.
Oh, I know. We literally picked you up and put you on the stage. Yeah, I
had to have someone pick me up and put me on the fucking stage.
We sure did. Oops. So, I'm glad that you brought this up because it's something that has been brought to my attention over and over and over again from a few of my friends.
Nobody knows.
And it's really amazing. I have a dear friend of mine, Jason, who before he was in a chair, he was already a sign language translator.
Oh,
so
he
cool.
was already involved with the deaf community, and was a staunch activist for making sure everything was very inclusive, and like revolutionized what we did for Pride Houston and making it more inclusive for everyone. He helped immensely with that. But this man had throughout the last few years of his life ended up in a wheelchair, and he's had an amazing transition as a human through this, and he chose to take what happened to him and help other people just like you're doing. And he actually now works for the ADA.
Work.
Yes.
I would love to get into that, but I'm sick.
Yeah.
I don't just have, my legs don't work.
Yeah.
I wish it was that simple. I have
chronic illness.
A chronic illness that takes everything from me, and it's so hard to do anything.
Yeah.
Because I would love to do that. Yeah. And I've tried, but every single resource that like people throw at me, I have to take a class. I have to, like, why do I have to become a lawyer in order to advocate for my community? I don't understand.
Right. Yeah, no, it's frustrating. But I'll say before he got that position, just as a concerned citizen in the Montrose area, he's now responsible for every single gay bar except for 2 having ramps. Every single one of them except for 2 has put a ramp in. And those 2 holdouts, I'm looking at you. Hard. Okay?
Can we say the 2 holdouts? I mean,
I'm not going to.
That's a little shady, but like,
I'm not going to.
I'm so sick of this shit, you know? Like, the fact that I don't want to leave my house because of this, and it's depressing as fuck.
Right.
And it's not just, I'm not fighting for me. This is fucked. I don't really value myself as much as I value other people, so I want this to be better for other people.
While I go beat the crap out of them.
Don't worry, I already feel like I got beaten up. You know, my body's broken.
Don't talk about my friend like that.
I'm trying to get better, you know. She's important. You know, I see that if I can tell someone else this, then yes, I tell this to me. Yes, me matter too. I get it, but I'm not going to be the last one. I'm not the first one. It needs to be better. What the fuck?
I agree. I think it needs to be a lot better. And those of us who are not living that lifestyle, we need to be aware that our friends are, and that we need to do our part to make life more accessible for them. It's our responsibility as a society, and we need to be doing better. So, you know, what's it they say? If you want to be the change you wish to see in the world, well, we got some work to do, folks. We got lots of work to do as far as that goes. I'm so glad that you brought that up.
It's important. That's one thing that before I got sick, I wish I would have known, because I had no fucking clue. Yeah. People don't experience, it's just like people who've never experienced like gay people or people who are furries or all kinds of different communities. They've never experienced it. I had never experienced people that were disabled. Therefore, I had no idea the challenges of getting Social Security, the challenges of literal daily life. But there's many good things that have happened, like COVID. Now I can go get groceries online. I can just go there, I pick it up. Cool. That's amazing.
COVID did actually make a lot of things more accessible for disabled people, which is frustrating. And part of that is frustrating, because I do know a lot of disabled people who were not allowed to work from home because they said it would be too hard. And then all of a sudden COVID happened and everyone had to work from home. And all of a sudden it became something that they could figure out. Now, why all of a sudden can you do it when you couldn't before? That's upsetting, frustrating, and lazy.
Because that's how it's always been done.
It's lazy.
That's how it's always been done.
It's lazy. Don't be lazy. There's no honor in being lazy, guys.
And you know what? I'm actually interested. You said something earlier. Give us some thoughts about being disabled and dating in the gay community, because I'm sure there are some interesting stories. So
tomorrow's National Coming Out Day, by the way. Congrats to anybody who's proud and out, proud and in the closet, because if it's not safe for you to get out, don't fucking leave.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Live your own life. You can be proud on the inside. I'm happy for you. And that's why I love the internet, because you can be loud and proud in a safe environment with other people who aren't out here because it's not safe. Anyway, I am an asexual, polyamorous, pansexual, so I have a lot of stuff. I got a lot of letters to my name, and doctor isn't one of them. But so when I got sick, I was with somebody, and so that person watched me die and transition into this disabled person. So I hadn't had to date people, and then I became polyamorous, and then I was dating somebody, but it was online, and now I'm fully single through everything, and now I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, what the fuck? First of all, I have to find value in myself, because you have to do that in order to present yourself to other people to date. But also saying, hello, my name is Ladybird, I have a walker, people fucking run, because they don't know what that's like. Yeah. It doesn't matter the gender. People don't know how to feel or accommodate, because they just don't know. And they say like, oh my God, I want to go to Numbers. I want to go to the club. And I'm like, cool. I get to sit there while everybody's dancing, and I don't get to do anything. And I get to just watch things I can't do. It's really fucking depressing. So it's challenging, and that's something I'm learning to navigate right now. But I have learned through some of the dating I've done that there are good people. There are other people like me. I have met other people that are also disabled and are trying to date too, but I've learned that you just have to pretend that the walker, the wheelchair, the cane is a unit of yourself, because I'm afraid of taking space also. This is a lot of growth that I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. But hi, I'm Ladybird. And then the disability comes later when you be like, oh yeah, I can't do that.
Right.
But maybe we can figure out how.
Yeah. Or let's find something else. Let's find something that we're both comfortable with. Mm-hmm. And if you want to go out and go dancing, go out, go dancing.
You can. But I just can't. I'm broken.
Yeah.
You know, like
I'm not going.
I can't do that.
No. So that's interesting. It's good that you brought that up though. And when you find a good partner, you do that with any situation that comes up. When you're presented with an obstacle, you get creative. You work together as a team to come together and find that thing. I find it hard to find anyone that can do that.
That's the thing is I realized I really have grounded myself and realized I'm like, okay, my baggage and my illness and everything are fucking huge. So that, first of all, helps weed out the shit people. But second of all, it also, I realized I was like, no matter what, this is something people have to work through anyway. It's a lot smaller than mine. Mm-hmm. No one else has awful obstacles and trauma and CPTSD like me, but like, everyone does it, so fuck it, fuck it.
Yeah. Do it anyway. And that's something that I love about you. I've always had the greatest admiration for your just get up and go. Like you, and also your organization skills. What? Like you have the way you send stuff to me and I look at it and I'm like, I'm overwhelmed. I'm already overwhelmed. I can't look at this. Can you just tell me what's happening next?
Yeah. She's talking about the fucking event that I put on. I made a schedule. I made a chart and I had a script that I sent everyone who was working on my event because I am pretty fucking inattentive and I swear to God, I got ADHD something. I got ADHD. I got a different version of it. I'm working on getting diagnosed with those right now in therapy. Maybe OCD. I don't know. I got something. Things have to be a certain way, or it makes me panic. It's good creatively.
It is. Actually, I have some of those letters too, and I work the same way, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's just so funny to me how incredibly, like most artists are not. They're very disorganized. They feel less constrained by most societal norms and what is expected on like things like showing up on time.
I could never.
I know. That's why we can keep working together. Yeah. So, but no, like you're super organized. You get shit done. You're a boss bitch. Like you just go and you don't make excuses. You find solutions to problems. You don't just sit there and go, oh, well, this sucks. I guess life is over.
I do that sometimes.
Sometimes.
I do that recreationally.
But you don't live in it.
I don't.
You still live.
Yeah.
You still have relationships. You still reach out to your friends. You still get up and get dressed every day.
I try. I try real hard.
Yeah, but at the same time, let's talk from humanity here a little bit. I'm sure there are days that you don't even want to get out of bed.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure there are days that you just want to cry.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure there are days where you just...
Yeah.
You want to take a shotgun to everybody.
I'm not... Yes! Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But I don't cry anymore because I have nothing left. Mm-hmm. I can't lose anything else. There's nothing more that I can cry from. There's like this many things that I could lose. Mm-hmm. So it's just kind of a good luck making me feel things because of how much I've lost. I'm stronger than anyone I know, and I hate that for me. I don't want that on anybody. I don't want what's happened to me to happen to anybody. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But I'd just be like, fuck it.
Yep, you do. And I love that about you. I really love that about you. And I hate that you have to struggle. I hate it.
It's not fair.
It's not.
I didn't choose to get sick.
No, it's not fair. And it's frustrating. It couldn't have happened to a nicer person. It's just aggravating. Like, why couldn't it happen to some dick that like molests kids or something?
Oh
like,
my God, yes! like, what the fuck?
Transfer that. That should be like a new prison sentence. Like,
yes, they should. They should all get fibromyalgia.
And we're going to give it to this asshole.
This is probably why I don't really put that much value in karma, because I feel like, wait,
me neither. What am I doing wrong?
Why are the bad people getting all the good stuff?
I think everything's my fault.
Like, there's no. Oh, it's just karma. Really?
I'm like, bitch.
Because there's billionaires in the world. If there's a such thing as karma, there wouldn't be any billionaires in the world.
Jeffrey Bezos.
I know I'm just using that as a thing, but still, I just don't have any reason to believe in karma. I just believe in whatever's happening in front of my face at the moment.
That's exactly how I am too. Like, I don't wish on stars. I don't. People think I'm very pessimistic. And I'm just like, nah, bitch, I'm just realistic, you know? I'm just...
This is what it is.
I'm preparing for all the terrible things and hoping something that bad doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And see, and theretil lies the rub. You can be bitter. There's nothing wrong with you being bitter. You can be angry. There's nothing wrong. You're a human being.
I just don't want to project that on other people.
When we get so caught up in skin and orientation and everything else, the one thing that we forget about each other is that we forget that we're human beings. Mm-hmm. And that even though, you know, everybody is trying to feel uplifted and everything else.
Gross.
What I've learned from my own mental health experience is that it's okay to be human. It's okay to have those emotions.
Yeah.
It's okay to deal with those emotions.
And they're valid.
It's just what you do with it.
That's valid.
That's all I try to do.
So valid. And people forget that.
A lot of people don't like it though. They don't like it. They're like, why are you so angry? And I'm like, I have every reason to be angry right now. Why are you uncomfortable with me being angry? Do you think it's because of you? Because that's a you problem.
I heard someone once... now this didn't happen recently, this happened a long time ago, but I heard someone once tell a disabled person, you know what, you should be happy that you're alive.
Bro, people say that to me all the time. It pisses me off, and I'm like, bitch, no, I'm not happy to be alive. Sometimes I think,
do you know what it's like to be alive and be disabled?
And be in crippling pain every moment of every single day. The only time people say, oh, does anything help? You should try yoga. You should try acupuncture. And I'm like,
do you drink enough water?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I had doctors, literally, the first doctor I saw said that because you're 25. You'll bounce back. Bitch. No, I didn't. Mm-hmm. No, literally. No, I'm not even kidding. And this isn't unique. All the other disabled people, some part of disabled people online. Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
Very common. It's disgusting. And then I just be like, you know, you're allowed to shop for a doctor, right? I learned that. You are allowed to shop for a doctor. You are in charge of your healthcare. Fire. If someone's telling you that shit, if they're not giving you treatment, if they're not investigating your illness and you're hitting roadblocks, find a new rheumatologist. Find a new... I've seen every single specialist under the sun.
Yep. Yeah, don't give up on yourself. Just don't give up.
I mean, I'm at the point of giving up right now.
Don't
but
give up, Ladybird.
I have a great doctor where I'm just like, so like, what's the next step? And he's like, okay, pain management. And I'm just waiting as long as I can to go there because that's when they start giving you opioids. And it's getting there.
It's done.
It's getting there because I am not, none of my treatments are really doing very much. Mm-hmm. So.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm at the point where it's like, I will do anything right now to make me more comfortable and want to stay here longer. Yeah. Because it's hitting that edge of, I don't know how much longer I can do this. I'm tired.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair.
It is fair.
That is absolutely fair.
You're way nicer about this than I would be.
Oh, I know that. That's what's so, like, people... There are some people that have said, you're making me uncomfortable. Like my ex, 2 exes ago, he was like, you make people uncomfortable and you talk about your walker and what you can't do. And I'm like, I don't have a choice in this. What?
You make people uncomfortable
when I talk about my
your disability?
Yeah, and I'm just like, I can't get away from this. I can't get away from my body.
Okay, I have a special word for people who talk like that. It's a twunt. I love that word. I made it up. Okay, so if anybody ever says that word, you're welcome. It's a twat cunt. It's a twunt.
Yeah, that person definitely.
Yeah, he's a twunt.
Yeah,
we don't like him. What a cuntosaurus rex.
I love that. That's
but
cute.
You know what? Here's the thing, though. And if no one come for me, I'm not making any excuses for anyone.
Ooh.
No one come for me. However, I will say this. When you're in a room full of people who do not understand you, and
when you tell them what your day-to-day life is, what your issues are, it's amazing to see the look on their faces when they're like, I just feel like you should be more positive about it. Or my God, you have so much to offer and you should just be so positive and blah, 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 blah. And you're looking at these people like, I'm sorry, what?
It's invalidating.
I'm describing my situation. Maybe in that moment, I'm describing my situation as a black gay man in that moment, or even sometimes as a black person, or sometimes as a gay person. But regardless, when it's both, it's even worse. My God.
Or nor, he's self-aware, or nor.
Yeah. When it's both, it's worse. But we're not fixing to get into that. But the fact of the matter is, I hate that condescending, oh, you poor thing. Attitude, instead of just looking at you like a person.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to understand, even if you don't understand, say it.
I love people who are like, may I ask more about your la-di-da-di-da? And I'm like, some people, it's like, I'm sick of saying the same thing, but no, I have a script in my head that I say a million times.
Yeah.
I'm used to it. I want people to understand because there's not enough of me. I've never met a single person with fibromyalgia in person. I've met lots online, but I want more people to know because we're so underrepresented. Fibromyalgia barely just got named 5 years ago. Like, the treatment for it, do you see a PCP or do you see a rheumatologist? Because it's a nerve condition. Or do you see a neurologist? I've seen all three, and who does UTMB send you to? They send you to your PCP because it's a mental, physical, neurological, la 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 la. So what do? It's just a crapshoot illness.
History will state that the first time fibromyalgia was talked about, there was no word for it.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
It was actually talked about in I think early 1989, maybe 1991, on a little show called Golden Girls.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I love Golden Girls.
I've only seen it at the hospital.
It's not a conversation that we've had on this show that can't be referred back to Golden Girls.
Not one.
On some level, cannot be referred back. But that's the first time. And they didn't have a name for it. It wasn't called fibromyalgia.
Yeah.
They didn't have a name for it.
It's changed names like 3 times?
Yeah. I think it's changed names several times. But that was the first time. Oh, I'm sorry. My voice is getting... I'm sorry.
How you doing, Joel?
Voice is getting a little bit of more bass?
Yeah.
Less bass?
Yeah, bass it up, bitch.
These bitches don't need me to bass it up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get them to bass it up. Good Lord. Yeah. It's my top bottom thing. We'll talk about that.
It's my top bottom
top
thing.
bottom, side, left, right, double XYZ.
We talked about so many times. It's ridiculous, but
that's so funny.
But man. But the whole point is that we forget that, I feel like that once I've asked the initial questions, then it's like, so what are you into?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you like this?
People
like
because that's something that they can't stop thinking about until they know, and then it's like, okay, I can move on.
Even if you have certain limitations, I don't want to feel like that I stop talking about the things that I like to talk about or some of the things that I do because you're in a wheelchair.
Right.
Because I don't want to feel like, oh, I like to go dancing, I like to do this, and I'm looking at someone in the wheelchair, realizing that they can't do the same thing, but I want to make sure that they understand I'm talking about me.
Right.
It only has to do with this story,
and
it has nothing to do with you.
Right.
And I think when you have that conversation, that's when you feel comfortable with another person.
Right.
Because once you let the disability or whatever else they have going on go, and start to get to really know that person.
People are terrified of talking to people who are disabled or in wheelchairs because of the stigmas of it. Yes. And I get it, but I'm going to be the one making the dark jokes of what am I going to do? Run away? You gotta laugh about it because it sucks.
Oh no!
I got all the jokes, man.
I'm gonna die right now. Oh my God, that came at the right moment. Oh my God, that was perfection. That came at the right exact moment.
I have all of them.
And that's our show. Thank you.
Send.
What am I going to do? Run away?
I mean, but also it's up to the responsibility of the disabled person to understand and accept that it's hard to accept that I can't run or jump, but it's up to me to be firm in my own being and understand and not get envious or jealous that this is my timeline, this is their timeline. I'm envious, I'm jealous. But if you find the right person to push you in a wheelchair really fast down the aisles of Joanne on last Friday, it feels kind of like it.
That's fun. Oh, that's fun. I want to do wheelchair jousting.
I was literally about to say wheelchair races.
No, jousting with pool noodles.
Who else has a wheelchair up in this bitch? Because this shit's funny. Or use a rolly chair.
So I actually wanted to ask your opinion about this before we go. How would you feel about an experience that was more inclusive, such as I had someone bring this up and I wasn't sure what to think about it. I think it could be a really cool experience for everyone. But basically, like, you have an event, you have a party, but everyone's in chairs.
I would love that.
And they have to navigate the entire party.
Absolutely, because
all of them.
People have no idea how hard we want to go to the bathroom. You know, the bane of my existence besides stairs is fucking doors. Because they're supposed to be under a certain weight, according to the ADA. Dear God, there are some doors that are so fucking heavy, and I'm just like, either I'm waiting there for someone to open it because I'm just like, but like, yes, I would love that.
Doors
People
are
don't
heavy.
think about that.
Doors are heavy, y'all.
Sometimes there are places where the doors are labeled with a handicap sticker to know which one's the light one. Deadass.
Wow. You learn something every day.
See, if you had a chair party, you would know.
I know. So anyway, I just thought the experiences like that might be helpful for the rest of us who don't have that lifestyle to understand better. But I also hate stuff like that because it can come across as very
It does.
looking down at you, like, kind of thing. But I don't like that. But also, I do think it's important for everybody to get perspective.
That's what I'm there for. I live for is the perspective. Because, like, people don't understand what it's like to be sitting in a wheelchair and people are having conversations standing above you and they forget you're there and you're just like furniture.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks. Or they like naturally move because you know how conversations work. You go and then the circle kind of shifts. That's how conversations work. It's this natural thing. But when you're in a wheelchair or you're in a crowded bar where you can't navigate it and you're stuck just planted somewhere, man, it's pretty fucking depressing and isolating. Sometimes I won't leave my house and go participate because of how shitty it is. It hurts. I
am glad that I got to know you. Yeah. I'm glad that we've got to spend some time together.
Have you on the show. I'm glad that we got to talk about being disabled.
So I'm talking about heavy topics.
No, it's
and
good.
I'm going to be honest,
we love it.
When you came walking in a walker, I'm like, are we going to talk about disability? Or maybe this is just to me, a walker is a temporary. When it's someone so young, I feel like, oh, maybe she broke her leg.
Everyone thinks that.
Or maybe.
Everyone thinks that.
Or maybe she had an accident with her back. Or because you're seeing a young person with a walker and you're thinking, that's not the first thing you think.
Right.
Literally. People have no idea.
If she was my age with a walker, then everybody would be like, oh, well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's called an invisible disability for a reason. I have an invisible disability.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sucks.
So,
well, I would like to bring a little bit lighter note before we go. Can we get your socials? Where can people find you? Where can they see you?
Yes.
Also, are you going to be performing live anytime soon? Or?
Yeah. So tomorrow I have a show. This is going to be out after tomorrow happens, but I perform regularly around the Galveston, Houston, Clear Lake area. So on all my socials, I post my schedule every Sunday. Because I'm anal retentive and do that. But yeah, no, I perform all over. And if I don't have a booked gig, then I busk on weekends in the Galveston Strand area. But I'm on literally every social. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I put out content on YouTube every single week.
And Twitch.
And Twitch is also what I mainly do. So like my week looks like a lot of Twitch streaming.
And don't forget to find her on Twitch. What's your Twitch handle again to remind the audience?
Ladybird _UKE.
Because I feel like that's where you spend the most of your time.
I spend most of my time on there and YouTube.
Everybody has their thing, I think, when it comes to their social media things.
That's what I try to do.
For me right now, it's TikTok, but it could change next week. And
Twitch, I think, is for you. So we'll push Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget, y'all, can someone please hand me the album?
Or this and this. Here you go. There's two. There's both.
Make sure you go get this album. It is a pay-to-play world.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful songs, funny songs, kind of dark, and kind of gives you, for me, the reason why I'm a little older, so the reason why I made that, it does sound like 90s music on a certain level.
That's so cool.
It does. You do. I mean, like I said, I'm like, this girl could be like Lisa Loeb.
Mm-hmm.
Or Jewel.
That's how I feel.
Or there was another one I had in my head, but I can't remember.
Thing.
Oh, Alanis Morissette.
Mm-hmm.
I even had an Alanis Morissette.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got that from
So cool.
Until We Die. I'm like, this sounds like
I
something
love
Alanis
Until We
Morissette.
Die.
I love that one. That's the one I make fun of all the time. I love it.
That one sounds like something Alanis would do.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
I know what I'm talking about sometimes.
Yeah.
Everyone
I'm
does.
a huge fan of music.
Everyone listens to music.
Of a lot of things, but music is one of them.
That's why I love it.
So
It transcends time and age and what you look like.
Everything.
But I know my place. I know that I'm an amateur, and that honestly, there are people speaking for things that they shouldn't be speaking about.
Absolutely.
So it's great to know that I have professionals in the room who talk about things, but having an amateur in the room who could also because I'm a fanboy.
Yeah.
I am the biggest fanboy. Music, arts, all kinds of things. So I'm a big fanboy. So, by the way, about this album, please, because we're about to end the show. Otherwise, we will be here for another hour.
All day.
Because Ladybird is the easiest person you will talk to on any given day. On any given day. So, by the way, she's also single. She's also single.
She's single.
Oh my God.
Single.
Where the women at though?
She's single.
Where the women at?
Where are the women at?
She's single. She's 25. She's hot. And she's
no, not anymore, but it's all right.
I'm 28.
Girl.
I'm
sorry.
I can't keep track of shit. I don't know who I am or where I am right now.
On this show, you are 25. Shut up, girl. What you trying to
I'm
trying to get you a date?
super duper 25-year-old hottie.
Totally.
Hottie McBody.
I was going to go with 22, but I'm like, no one will.
That's so young. I wouldn't date a 22.
And
It's so young.
I hate to say this, Ladybird, but from looking at you, no one would believe 22 anyway. So,
Really?
They would have believed 30, 35, something like that.
I get people who say both,
so I gave
honestly.
you 25 just to help you.
I'll take whatever. It's fine.
By the way, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. I made fun of a person.
Oh
who
my
is
God.
a person.
What? That's
So, with that lesson being learned, thank you for enjoying our show. Don't forget to look her up on Twitch. And we love you. Goodbye.
Bye.